This is part 4 of our Competency 17 practice. In this video, we will begin working with geometric distribution. This is the probability of getting the first success in a binomial experiment. In this case, we are repeating independent Bernoulli trials until a success is obtained. Recall that a Bernoulli trial is a binomial experiment with number of trials n equals 1. In theory, the number of trials could go on forever. There must be at least one trial. As far as our TI-84 is concerned, we are interested in the geometpdf. Okay, we need to note that the difference between the geometpdf and the binomial PDF is that with the binomial PDF, we are looking for a value after a designated number of n trials. And for the geometpdf, there will be no trials. If you look over on our calculator, I have that set up. Notice we have probability and we need an x value, but there is no n or trials asked for. Okay, so number 1, what is the probability of rolling a 3 when you throw one fair die and getting the number 3 on the 5th? Okay, so we're working with the 5th. I need to pull this over here. Okay, all right, we need the number 3. Now, it could be any number. It doesn't have to be 3. So they gave us our probability. This is just like an example. So that's going to be the probability is stable. So if we said the number of getting a 4 or the number of getting a 5, we have a continuous probability. That's one key item. Now, that's a success. Okay, with success, we also have a possibility of failure. Note, this is Bernoulli, so that means we have to acknowledge our successes and our failures. And there's our formula to get our failures. That's pretty obvious. Okay, what are they really doing? Okay, we are taking the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. Well, those are all failures. So we multiply those probabilities together. But on that last one, that 5th one, that's our success. So we're going to use this problem to put into our calculator and then compare it against the answer that they have. Okay, so I'm going to clear this out so we can remember exactly how to get this. Let's clear it all out. Okay. Okay. So what do we have? We will have second vars alpha cosine. See, we're back where we were. Then what's the probability? Our desired probability, our success probability is 1/6 enter, and we're looking for exactly on the 5th time, but that'll be the first time we see a success. And yes, with some rounding, that's a precise answer. Number 2, an ordinary coin is tossed. What is the probability that tails first appears on the 6th toss? Notice the vocabulary. P, our probability, is 1/2 because we're talking about a coin. And that is going to be true of heads or tails. Now it's saying first appears. And that's precisely on the 6th toss. That's how we know that we're using our geometpdf. Okay, so X our x we want to put in is going to be the 6. All right. So in our calculator, we have second, bars, alpha, cosine. Okay, we have a tossing of a coin. That's 1 out of 2. Enter. We want 6 of them. Enter again. And we do not have to round, so B will be our correct option. Okay. Let's do number 3. I'll scoot up so we don't have to. Okay. Number 3, a card is drawn from a deck, then replaced before a second card is drawn. What is the probability that a picture card first appears on the 4th draw? Okay, our probability picture card. We have 12 of those. 12 out here. Let me, okay. We have 12 out of 52. And our x equals 4. Okay. Second, bars, alpha, cosine. And our probability 12 out of 52. Enter. First time on the 4th draw. And that is option D. Okay, with no rounding. Number 4, suppose a researcher is waiting at the mall entrance to ask people which political candidate they support. The probability that a given person supports a candidate is 0.2 or 20%. What is the probability that the 4th person the researcher talks to is the first person to support the candidate? Okay. Or the first known person to declare that they support the candidate, I suppose. All right. So second bars alpha cosine, and that probability is 0.2. Enter. And again, it's the 4th person. Enter. Enter. Excellent. That was even. That's a good probability. Number 5, you throw darts at a board until you hit the center. Your probability of hitting the center area is 17% or 0.17. What is the probability that it takes 8 throws until you hit the center? Okay, so that's second bars alpha cosine, and our probability is 0.17. Enter. And there, let's see, there's our probability 8. There it is. 8. We need 8 attempts before we hit it for the first time. That'd be me. I'd be worse. Okay, and our option is B. All right, let's scoot up. We have 2 more problems. Number 6, a safety engineer suspects that 35% of all of the accidents in her factory are caused by the failure of employees to follow instructions. She decides to randomly select accident reports to review. What is the probability that the safety engineer will review 3 reports before she finds a report showing an accident caused by employee failure to follow instructions? So we have the 2 items we need. Second bars alpha cosine 0.35%. 3 reports. We have to look at 3 reports before and enter again. And that is option D. Okay, number 7. An instructor believes that 15% of the students earned below a C average on the final exam. She selects a final exam from a pile of exams, then replaces the exams exam until she finds one below a C average. What is the probability that the instructor will examine 10 exams? Here's our other information. Before finding one with a grade below a C. Okay, that is second, bars, alpha, cosine, and 15%, 0.15. Remember to always change that. And 10 exams. We want to look at 10 to see what our probability will be of finding the first one. Okay, that is option B. Okay. Thank you for watching. Look out for the next video, which will concern ourselves with geometpdf.